So it's the end of day 58 today, and we've been ploughing through your requests. This is just a few of them, but they're the ones that specifically wanted to know about the art department and the on-set art department and how they get ready for a day's shooting. So for Anthony, Mark, Jordan, Barb and all the others that wanted to know about the art department, we've had our cameras following our team over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were on the Skull Island set, and today we're back on the jungles of Skull Island. So they're two very different days, and we thought we'd just follow the art department around for a couple of days and show you what happened.
You may think that the art department builds a set and that's it, but that's not it. We're constantly revising sets, building new sets, always just trying to stay ahead of the shooting crew. And of course on the day, the shooting crew, they get to the set needs to be redressed, turned around, and that's why we have a on-set art department.
The responsibility of the on-set art director and his team is to make sure that the set is exactly as Peter wants it.
Maybe another one here, so because that's a step that they're obviously going to come up. Sure.
He just adjusts things on the day so that it suits Peter and what he wants to shoot.
What Peter wants is one of these skeletons over here, dressed in the foreground of this wide angle as the heroes come through the set here. So we're just working out the lens size and we can build something that works for the shot.
The art department, for camera department, is a very important member of the team. They create all this stuff and then we just turn up and go, mate, get that out of here, will you? And they just take it away. It's fantastic. So you see what they're doing here? They've removed all of this because we're walking about here with a steady cam. And then when we back over there, it's all going to have to go back in and no one's going to say please or thank you. It's just the job he took. What can you say?
We have, you know, standby chippy, standby props, standby painter, standby greens, so that anything that needs little repairs on the way through, or if paint gets knocked off anything, they would fix it up.
If we have to move a whole bunch of rocks around, they tend to get knocked away a bit, so it's kind of just damage control really, so that's nothing too detailed, but just to make sure there's no big patches of white showing, spot there, for example.
One of the things he really likes is to dress to camera.
Yeah, now there is the other choice. This is actually Murray, but there is Wayne who's on the other ruin, and I think we should get Wayne and just see if he's better than Murray.
Murray's a bit stiff, is he?
Well, Wayne's all curled up, and it might look more. You know, more of a ceremonial death rather than someone who looks like he's just been shot and left lying there.
So Wayne, you finally made it. Pete likes him, so we're going to poke him in the spot where Murray is and see how he performs. He's happy. Yay! He might have been a bit bleached in the sun. We'll probably do a bit of treatment on him to knock him back and dust him up and gravel him up to make him look like he's been here for some time.
Can you hear now?
Vietnamese torture, tie them up like that, and they untie them, they can't stand up.
Well, it's just a bit of masking.
Oh, well, where I was told to take these was right up
bring
top.
up some rib shape, you know?
Yeah. That's all I'm going.
Oh, you gotta love that, son. Nice.
Lee's going to look funny lined up like that. I reckon it'll look quite ceremonious.
Ceremonial in the extreme.
So they're busy. They're not just sitting there looking at it. They're usually very, very busy. And all the ground dressing, all the shells, all the detritus from their eating, which is mostly fish-based.
We'll walk on them and break them and just sort of do whatever it needs to make them the right colour or texture, or we just sort of work on them offset and then throw them on, and if it's still not right, the on-set crew will do it.
We use various different types of sand depending on the set that we're working on. If it's a dark set, we'll go for a darker sand, just whatever really suits the part. And right here we have these larger rocks. We also have painted these. We paint them with a blue base and then a black overcoat to get this color that we have now. They were these here, and that's the difference after the paint. What we do is kind of intermingle all of them together to get the visual we're looking for, more of a natural look where people can walk by and not see that it's been placed there. So we also get what's called mingy and such things like that from the bush around the area around here.
Since we're not shooting on location, everything from the largest rock wall to the tiniest leaf needs to be built.
Mount Crawford was really physical, heavy, hard work, like lugging rocks and sand and stuff around, and not hardly any greenery.
We have a huge nursery out the back that we built especially for this movie.
Which is located just directly behind the studio. And you can see Kong stage directly behind me.
Because you can only leave them in a studio for a certain amount of time before they start to look a bit sick. So you have to take them back out into the nursery and bring in new ones and feed them up again and make them healthy.
Because film sets aren't really the kindest places to bring plants into, just with all the lights and extra feed that are around on a crew. So you're better off going for more native sort of plants.
A good 20 different varieties of plants, and all of those are living specimens grown in bags right here, and then when we put them on set, we make sure to keep them well watered. Besides that, the moss would be the other major live specimen.
Lots and lots of living mosses, but we have a bit of fun with some synthetic things as well.
Our number one fake moss is this fun fir, and it just comes in mats. We burn it with propane to get it curly, and it actually gives a really real look.
Well, Wellington's pretty good for beech forests. Most of it is very light, so what we have to do is paint it all back so it doesn't ping out in the lights. So you're not getting lots of spots of white, which will look a lot like all this polystyrene that's here, which we have to paint back as well.
Taking photographs on set is probably one of the most important things that the on-set crew do for them and for us off-set, because it's for continuity. You may have to go back to that same set or maybe rebuild it 2 months later, and it's amazing what you forget without a photograph.
Everywhere you go, you need to know what it was, so that you just make those wonderful continuity mistakes that people are looking for all the time.
I've just taken a photo of the skeleton down there and the dressing, so if we do have to return here, we can match out with. And yeah.
Stay down here till we
Here we all are.
Jack, not the butt hole, Jack.
I wanted to touch it.
see how real it was.
It's very real. I think it will be available for hire at the weekend.
Well, as you can see, the art department's constantly in motion, and it's time to move on to the next set.
So hopefully that gives you a bit more of an idea of the art department. And we're going to keep going through the questions. There's lots of good ideas here, so we're inspired. And we'll keep these production diaries coming, keep the questions coming. But we've already got a few ideas for the next week or two, so look forward to seeing you again soon.